Equal the falling standard of education.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Education Views and Opinion, where your views matter and your opinion counts. Welcome to this weekend edition, where we will examine the issues that shape the heart of our school and the future of our children. Today, we'll be discussing a topic that is often overlooked but deeply impactful: toxicity in the school environment. The schools are meant to be safe place for learning, safe place for growth, safe place for character development and discovery. However, when unhealthy behavior, toxic toxic leadership, bullying, humiliation, unhealthy competition and emotional neglect creep into the system, the school environment becomes danger becomes damaging rather than empowering. Toxicity in school does not only affect students, It also affects teachers, it affects administrators, it affects parents, and ultimately the quality of education itself. This conversation is therefore not about blame, but about awareness, reflection, and what solution. How do toxic pattern? How did it develop in our school? What are the warning signs? And most importantly, how can we build a school environment that nurture respect, nurture safety, emotional safety, and what holistic development of the not only the student and also the teachers, because teachers are also lifelong learners. So join us today as we explore this question and more on education views and opinion. So with me today, I have Miss our Quadri, our wonderful comrade Quadri Yusuf. Welcome, comrade. Please say hello to our viewers.
Hello, everybody. Madam, good evening. Welcome to the program, and thank you for joining us. Please do help us to share the link to everybody, and also help us to invite people. Today promises to be very, very impactful as usual. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Quadri. Thank you. And to get started on this conversation this evening, please, if you're joining us, anytime you're joining us, please share this link, make your comments. Even if you meet us, even if you came when we have gone. To get started on today's conversation, we need to examine what toxicity in the school environment is. So we can define it as pattern of harmful behavior, pattern of harmful attitude or system that negatively affect teachers, the that negatively affect students, teachers, or the staff, and also the leaders, the school leaders in the school community. And it can be emotional, psychological, social, academic, or administrative. So typical common example of what makes a school toxic. We have bullying, student to student bullying, teachers to teachers bullying, teachers to management bullying, management or school leaders to teachers bullying. Hostile communication, not communicating with empathy nor clarity. Abuse of authority, academic pressure without support. So these are patterns of harmful behavior, attitude, and system that negatively affect the teachers, affect the students, and affect the school leaders, and eventually, cumulatively, affect the environment of the school. So in today's conversation, we have divided this topic into two. So today we'll be taking the aspects of school leader and teachers toxicity. So my wonderful colleague here, Mr. Comrade Yusuf, will take the first aspect, which is how school leaders make the school community or the school environment toxic for teachers. Then I will take the second part. So over to you, Mr. Quadri. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Well, now, in today's program, so we are looking at we are looking at the topic now, toxicity in school environment. But how we taking the past, how school heads, how school leaders are the one now being toxic towards the teachers, because this can happen between from the teachers to the school head, or from the school head to teachers, taking on how the school head are being toxic to the teachers. Now, first thing is, what are the causes of school head to be toxic towards their teachers? First on my list is insensitive to teachers' plight. Now, when school head are being insensitive, when they don't care about what teachers are going on, when they don't care about what teachers are going through, when they don't show empathy, when there's lack of empathy, when they don't, you know, address issues that make teachers to be overstretched, this thing make teachers to term school leaders are being toxic. Then also another one is when school leaders, when school have focus so much on profit instead of impact. Now, schools are established not only for profit making, but the primary purpose is to make impact on the life on learners so that they can also make impact on the national growth and development. But when you have schools that focus only on profit, how they can generate profit, this will affect, this will make them to be so toxic towards the teachers. They tend to be, aggressive. They tend to, become so, tend to humiliate, harass, and embarrass their teachers in order to get their needs done. Then also next one is when school heads disregard teachers' profession, or we say teachers' ethics. When they don't key into teachers' ethics and profession, when they don't give that respect to teachers, that teachers are nation builders. They tend to be toxic to the teachers. Now, what are the ways? What are the types of attitude or type of things that we can see, that we can say that school leaders are being toxic towards their teachers? The first one on my list is unclear expectations. Now, when there is poor communications, when there are unclear expectations, teachers tend to say that the school heads are being toxic because there tends to be what? Harassment, bullying, humiliation, because school heads, they tends to they focus on their goal and not what the friction that is causing the
Please let's hold on for him to resume his contribution. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Kodri will join us back where he is. All right. So please, for those who are with us, please share this link, share this live with your friends, and also comment and share your own opinion on how, because what we are focusing on in today's live section is how school leaders make the school environment toxic for the teachers. And the other part is how teachers make the school environment toxic for the school leaders. So Mr. Kwadi was already talking about how the school leaders make the environment toxic for the school, for the teachers. And he made some vital notes, which by the time he comes back, he will be able to continue on that aspect. So while we await him to conclude that aspect of, when we await him to conclude that aspect, I will, okay, let me see, I think it's, yeah, it's back. All right. Welcome, Mr. Quadri.
Okay. So when teachers are being harassed, now also okay, so when teachers feel that they are being bullied, when they are being harassed, these are the signs that teachers feel that, oh, the school head are being toxic, and these are the things that make the school environment to become toxic. Then also when there are lack of autonomy, when the teachers can can be assigned to everything and anything. When there are no boundaries to assignment, when the teachers is his staff is jack of all trade, this can make the teachers to be toxic towards the school because he or she is not given enough time to effectively carry out his or her tasks. Then also the next one is when there are unaddressed grievances. Now, maybe there are some little conflict between the teacher and the other, or between the school head and the teacher, and that issue is not, effectively handled. Or when that issue is not professionally handled, there's no way the teacher will just carry out, put away all those grievances. All these things tends to make the teachers to be toxic towards the school head. You see, so there are a lot of things that can, make teachers to be toxic towards school head. Now, what are the effects of these toxicities in schools from the school head to the teachers? The first one is effects of the teachers' mental health. Because when the teacher is overused, is overdrowned, teachers we feel weak, and this thing will affect, you know, effective performance from teachers' end. So then the next one is also affects academic performance and the goal of that teacher. Maybe that teacher is trying to run a course or two, or the teacher has one or two things that he or she is working on. This thing will affect the morale of that teacher. So some teachers may not have that free will to perform effectively in the school environment. These things further erode the productivity of that teacher, because when your mental health is affected, every other things will be downplayed. Then the next one on my list is uh, low morale. There's no way you'll be toxic. There's no way you'll be, you know, uh, 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 there's no way you feel threatened in school, that that the level of your performance will not be affected. There's no way. So those are the effects of when schools are being toxic towards teachers. Now, what are the solutions to these things? How can this toxicity in schools from the school head to teachers be curbed, be 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 you know be uh, you know be endangered? How can these things, how can you find solution to this thing? Now, the first one on my list here is when there is open dialogue. School heads should organize, constant meetings, regular meetings, where they can trash issues, where issues between the school head, between the teachers, among the teachers, the school heads can be trashed out, because a problem solved, a problem shares is solved. So when teachers are allowed to, air their views, to air their opinions in the meetings, you understand? So this thing will help all these issues to be trashed out and sort out. Then also is when there is positive feedback mechanisms. No matter what you are going through, no matter who you are, school heads should listen to teachers. They should allow them to share their opinion. They should allow them, to share their thoughts, no matter what you want to say. Because sometimes a very stupid thought can come out anytime. But when teachers are allowed to share their opinion, you feel, you know, happy within you. Then also is that when there is a award and reward and recognition for teachers, when you are not being when you are not being sidelined, when they allow you, you know, to feel elated, to feel part of the system. When there is no, you know, when there is no you know, when some teachers are not being favored, you know, between themselves, when you are being rewarded for your own contributions, teachers tend to, put in their best, and that can allow for teachers to be the best within the school environment. Then also, the next one is when trust is allowed to be built, when teachers are allowed to perform based on their, based on their performance, based on what they can do, not setting goals that can, tarnish teacher's image, setting goals that can make you to derail, setting goals that can make you to overstep your boundary in order to impress. When teachers are allowed to, carry out their tasks based on their own strength, this thing makes teachers to feel, you know, appreciated. You understand? Now, so all these things are not the end of everything. There is still so much that we can talk about, but for now, let's hear from my co-host, which is Mrs. Blessing, on how teachers can also be toxic towards school. Thank you. Your mic, your mic. Hello, ma. We can't hear you, ma. We can't
Oh,
hear you.
sorry, I'm muted. I'm so sorry, I forgot to. Come on, you're speaking, I had to mute to prevent interference. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for those who have joined us online live. Please, we encourage you to contribute your opinion. This is education views and opinion, where your views count and your opinions matter. So maybe you've had an experience about this toxic situation, this crucial but unspoken situation in the school community, where the school leaders make the school toxic for the teachers, and also where the teachers make the school toxic for the school leaders. So Mr. Kodu has um, given us an insightful and insight into toxicity imposed on the teachers by the school leaders. So I'm going to talk on the second aspect, which is how teachers make the school environment toxic for school leaders or for the school management. And we all know that for school to function best, teachers and school leaders have to work collaboratively together with mutual respect and shared responsibility. Truth be told, to be a leader is not an easy thing. Many of us who are teachers will just say, "Oh, our principal is earning a lot of money. Our head of school has a lot of. She's earning so much, doing nothing." School leaders pass through a lot. So, how are teachers contributing to making the school environment toxic to the leaders in the school or the school management? Number one, persistent negativity. When the school leadership comes up with an innovation, some teachers, especially those ones who are old, who have been there for a long time, they will not gather other people and start talking. This thing cannot work. This thing cannot work. And some of them are so bold that in the during staff meeting, they will immediately criticize once the school leader bring up an innovation, something that will really help the school to grow, because they feel that they are indispensable. They'll just start speaking in the meeting. They'll criticize every new initiative that is introduced to the school to make things better. And they will criticize it even before the management is able to implement this innovative initiative. They start criticizing it. So instead of them asking questions, how can we make improvements? How can we implement this thing to make it work for us? Rather, they will say it will not work in this school because they feel that they know more than the leader. It will not work. Probably the school leader went for a conference and she had inspiration or he had inspiration to introduce this into the school community. Instead of asking the leader, oh, let's see, how will it work? They'll say, no, it cannot work. And they'll start giving reasons why it will not work. They'll start giving reasons why it will not work. And eventually, they would discourage some staff members from supporting that vision. So that is persistent negativity, how teachers can also make school community toxic for their leaders. Undermining leadership. The principal have said, do this. They will now undermine it and say, in front of the students, he says, the student, sir, the principal said that you should release this thing back to me. Yes, the student may be wrong, but in as much as the principal have said, release that thing back to that student, what that teacher should do is to do what? Is to release that thing. So if you are not happy with the decision, you can go and meet the vice principal or whoever that is in charge. Are we together? Whoever that is in charge of that situation. You don't come and start saying it. No, I will not release this thing to you. Let heaven and earth fall. I will not. You are undermining leadership in front of the students. It will create a toxic. It will make the environment toxic for the school leader. In that situation, you give it, or you can even call to confirm, because some students too, they can be very funny. They can even be lying. So what you do, you just confirm or send a message on your communication channel. Every school has the way they miss in which they communicate. So you send the communication, should I release this? Even if you are not so totally in agreement, to honor your leader, your school leader in front of the students, allow it, give it to the child. Then you can go back and say, ma, this is this is that. This is the reason why we should have kept that thing. And you speak, you have what they call dialogue, communication, dialogue on the situation, instead of just being arrogantly undermining the leadership of the school in front of students. The other one I want to speak about is gossip and rumor spreading. And this one, especially in the staff room, many of us, many teachers are guilty of it. Spreading rumors. Oh, this person was sacked because of this, because they don't like him. You were not there when the decision was made. You were not there. Oh, this person was suspended. Oh, this happened. If you don't know the truth, if you are not in the picture, you are not in the leadership, their circle where decisions are made. Don't talk about what you don't know. Stop spreading rumors in the school. For example, the management can make a decision about timetable change, and because it's not convenient for one very popular, in quote, teacher, in quotes, because it's very popular or she's popular, and other teachers kind of respect her a lot, or him a lot. So because it's not convenient for those particular set of teachers, they start spreading rumor, they start resisting that new timetable. All right. So they will say that the teacher, the principal or the school head is being biased. Probably they created the timetable to favor some people, and that is not true. Sometimes timetable can be changed in the middle of a section because they have seen some things. It can be changed. So spreading rumors that the timetable was changed because it's to favor some people, it's unbecoming. So we as teachers, it's our duty, because the students they are in contact with us. And when you have this negative attitude against the leader, there is no how you are going to even deliver. You will not. You will just go to class and come back. And the people, in the end, who have been affected is the learners. And these learners, their parents are the one paying school fees for them to come to school. From the school fees, the teacher's salaries are being paid. Now, the next one is passive resistance. Maybe I have to submit the marks before this day. Some teachers will resist, and they will not resist vocally. We have this silent resistance, or that the person is not talking, is not saying anything, but his action or inaction, in this case, passive resistance, inaction in this case is demonstrating that he is not in tune with what they are saying. Submit your lesson plan for schools who are still submitting lesson plan. Okay, some teachers will just intentionally delay the submission, or submit your uh your your scores. Submit exam questions for printing, for vetting, for printing. Some teachers will just intentional, not that something was holding them, but maybe they had other duties to do in school, other responsibility that delayed them. No, there were no other responsibility, but the fact is just that they just want to do it as a silent way of protesting against the leadership. Then also forming staff clique against the leadership. You have clique of teachers, they gang up. Oh, this thing, we're not going to allow it. And they'll be silently penetrating. So even people that new staff that come into place, of course, that new staff that come into the school or new teachers, they'll do what? They will indoctrinate them to call them. See, in this school, look at this one, look at this person. Mm-mm-mm. Let that teacher experience that, let that new staff experience this thing by herself or by himself. Don't start spreading rumor, forming clique against leadership to oppose leadership or management decision. Oh, okay. Because of the short period we have, the short time we have to prepare the student accurately for WAEC, this is what we're going to do. Instead of now locking heads together and protesting against the leadership, why not go to the leadership and say, oh, please, can we review this thing? Even in the staff meeting, you can politely, there's a way you can, if something is not okay, you can politely talk to your leader or your school management with the wisdom of God. You're able to help them see wisdom. This way will not work. Let's do it this way. And if you've done it in the right way and they refuse, your conscience is free, but don't go and start saying they're biased, they took the decision because they want to favor some people. No, it will make the environment toxic, and if it's toxic, you as a teacher yourself, you will not be able to even function well in that environment. And also social media criticism, this is happening right now. Social media, you see someone has an issue with his school leader, resolve it with your leader. If it's not, if your school leader, your school management, or the school head is not paying attention to you or refuse to move and consider your point, that is not the reason why you come to social media and start talking. Even social media people say, are they going to help you to resolve the situation? They won't. Everybody will just give their own reason or their own advice. But if you look at it, most of the advice will not even help the person who is seeking for help. Some people will just go to their group, start indirectly mocking the management on WhatsApp or on Facebook, mocking the management indirectly. And this action can damage the reputation of the school. And it will be so bad if the school head is innocent of this accusation. That is what will make it so worse. If the school head is innocent of this accusation, and these teachers are spreading this criticism against their school head on social media. And like I said, it will be so bad if the criticism is not true. If the school leaders are not even doing that and they're spreading it because you maybe that understand. Like I said at the beginning of this my section, I said leadership has a lot. Many of us, we see our school head, we see the principal as if they are enjoying life. There's nothing they are doing. It's not true. It's not true. They are doing and they're going through a lot, and we need to support them. Okay, so refusing accountability, which is the final thing I want to speak about. When students perform poorly, the usual thing is that the school leaders will call the teachers. Oh, yeah, make a report. Why did this happen? What happened? What happened? It's not a time for we teachers to fight the school leaders. No, it's not a time for us to do that. It's a time for us to come together, speak, express our view. Oh, this is the reason why I feel these students failed. He has not been paying attention in class. I gave them assignments. He doesn't do assignment in the class. He's distracted and submit his notes for checking. He doesn't submit. So we should not just assume that that conversation for us to give a report on why students perform poorly. That is not an is not an area or an opportunity for the school leaders to lambast us. No, we should look at it that is an opportunity for us to express our concern. Probably we have been expressing it previously and the school leader did not do anything. They were not asked about why did this student fail. We can seize the opportunity to tell them This is the reason I felt the student fail. We should not just start blaming the school management for not providing enough material or for not listening to us. Oh, I've raised this matter about this child before. And see what now? And then now they're blaming me. No, we should peacefully have a communication with the school leaders, because at the end of it all, the student is the reason why we are in school. If there are no students in the school, there'll be no teachers, there'll be no school leaders. So what is the effect of teachers making the school community toxic to the school leaders? One, it will break down trust between the teachers and the school leaders. It will increase tension and division among staff members. It will make implementation of new strategies difficult, because some teachers are opposing it. They don't want to change. And as a teacher, we are all lifelong learners. We should be ready for change. We should be ready for change, because if we don't change and we don't adapt to the new way that things are done in the education, we will not only keep ourselves backward, we will also keep the school stagnant, and the student will not grow. So then also reduce teacher morale and productivity. Like I said, if you are making everywhere toxic, there's a ripple effect. If the school community is not friendly, it also affects the teachers who are causing it, because there will be no growth. And the student also, when they observe this conflict, sometimes this conflict can be so obvious that students will not be observing it. And when the students do that, it will stamp something negative in their hearts. They will not obey authority. They will not have regard for authority. So how can we make, as teachers, how can we make the school environment safe for our school leaders, for them to carry out their role? I tell you, believe me, school leaders have a lot. They do a lot. We may see them in their fine office, with their laptop, because we feel that we are the one going to class. They have a lot they do. They have a lot they deal with different things from parents every day. Calls come in, they don't even rest. Calls come in. Issue of this, and we are, we also teachers, we report students to them, and sometimes we also report your colleagues to them. So they have a lot to do. Apart from just those resolution, they are building structures. So lead is not easy, because they themselves, they're leading, they're also doing things to also help themselves. So how can we make the environment safe for everyone? Number one, let's discuss issue privately. You not just come to the staff meeting and start talking. We can discuss things privately with the school leaders. We can offer constructive suggestion instead of constant criticism. I don't know why we are doing this like this. This school does it this way. That school is not your school. The students there are not the type of students you have. The leaders are not the type of leaders you have. So we should discuss matters privately. We should offer constructive responses or criticism instead of negative or destructive criticism. Also, we should support school policy. When the school say want to do this, support the policy. In as much as we have this policy, will, even if it's going to like add additional work, support it along the line. You can make your view. No, sir, this thing is kind of eating into our time. The time we need to prepare for class, the time we need to mark, this thing that we have implemented is doing this. Then everybody together cannot come together to arrive at a common front, because when the teachers and the leaders are united, the school will grow. And if teachers and leaders are united, they'll be able to comfort any behavior from parents and from teachers and from students. But if that unity is not there, how will they resolve problems from parents, problems from teachers? So that collaboration is very needed. And also, we should promote teamwork and unity among colleagues. We should promote teamwork and unity among our colleagues and maintain professionalism. In one of our webinar section on education views and opinion training up on Telegram, in our Telegram group, Comrade Yusuf spoke about professionalism. This teaching career is a profession. Many of us are not carrying this teaching career as if it's a profession, because we don't have high regard for it. We feel that, doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, they are the one. No, This teaching career is a profession, and we need to maintain maximum what professionalism in meeting and the way we talk on social media. Sometimes I see kind of posts that some teachers make. No, social media is not for you to come online and just make your school look bad. It's not professional. This is where you're collecting salary, and it's where you're being paid. So what will you gain by making the school look so bad on social media? We should be professional, and we should focus on generating or creating solution that will improve student learning. Yes, students are not doing well. Instead of blaming the students or blaming the school management that the school management is too lenient, they are not enforcing some rules, why don't we just sit down and think, how can I make learning better for my students? So, in conclusion, the school environment being toxic is not only created by the leadership only, teachers also influence the professional culture of the school. And when teachers choose cooperation, teachers choose to collaborate with the school leaders, then we have to build a school environment that is safe, that is conducive, where the learners can learn effectively. Thank you so much. On this note, I will hand over the floor to Mr. Quadri for his closing remarks.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Now, well, to me, she has said a lot, and we have both said a lot. But most times, teachers feel that it is school head that make the school toxic. They are the one that made the laws, and they are the one that are trying to frustrate them not to be effective and to be productive. But as I said, we are now appealing to school heads to please make the school more comfortable, make the job more appealing. The job should be more enticing to teachers to teach. If you
Yeah,
want to correct teachers,
yeah,
not talk down. There are so many ways you can correct them. It's not until when you harass them, when you insult them. In fact, there are some school that even lay their hand, there are some school head that even lay their hands on teacher, maybe beating them, slapping them. Yes, that is not okay enough. That's not good. There are so many ways to correct the teacher using
mm,
the professional ethics, maybe suspension, maybe a lot of like that. You understand? It is not until when you make the environment so toxic, so unhealthy that you can correct it. Remember, they are there to make impact on your learners.
yeah, mhm,
You too, you not make that same mistake they they should not do. So please, so
yeah,
we are calling on the experts. They should, create an open dialogue where teachers can pour their mind without criticizing the speaker. Separate the words from the speaker.
yeah,
Let them feel free to to advise the school in their own orientation, in their own understanding. Even if what the child is saying is nonsense, still tell them that yes, you've made a good point, but sorry,
yeah.
we are not following the point. That is a
You're
way
not
to
following.
and
Mm-hmm.
also try to reward teachers. No matter if a teacher is the best teacher all the time, then something is
Yeah,
wrong somewhere. Go to the back, correct
rotate.
other teachers. Yes, so that just to make everybody feel alive. Everybody
Yeah.
feel feel seen in the environment. And mostly, if a school has primary and secondary school in one compound, there tend to be this higher respect for teacher in
Mm-hmm.
the system section than teacher in the primary section, because they feel that, oh, you are not taking that
Secondary
very
has been better.
you understand. So
Mm-hmm.
all teachers, irrespective of the section you are taking,
Yeah,
let them be valued, because it
yeah,
is not leaving other professions and come to this teaching profession. It's not easy. So they should also, you know, create that goal setting whereby every teacher can thrive. Every teacher will feel valued.
yeah,
So in order for them to pour out their mind, you know, make you know, bring out the best in them. So, and everything is not money. Sometimes it is one or two words. Oh, we see your value.
Encouragement. Well done.
All these words, they mean a lot to teachers, whereby they can make them feel great and pour out the best in them. So everything is not when you talk down on them, when you make them feel bad. There are so many ways to correct the teachers, because the effect of school head being taught to the teachers is to take a toll on not only the teachers, even on the learners. As she has said, if some learners that are close to teachers notice all these things also affect the school growth. So please, so school head should work hand in hand with teachers, to make the school great. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kodri, Comrade Kodri, for that closing remark. And for those who have joined us today, we really appreciate you. I would also love you to share your opinion on this crucial but unspoken topic in our school environment, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And with this, we bring the conversation to a wrap. And like we said at the beginning, that we are going to have a second part of this where we look at teacher-student effect on making the school environment a safe haven for where learning growth occurs. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Kodri, for being available today. And we believe that Mrs. Chinaza Pupola will be with us in our final section of toxicity in the school environment. And that is bye for now. That's a wrap. Bye from the Education Views and Opinion team. Thank you so much. See you in our next edition. And also, please, we have a training coming up in our Telegram group on the 12th. Yeah, on the 12th of this month. That's next week, Thursday, where we are talking about how teachers can get multiple sources of income. So the title of that webinar is the multi-income teacher. I will be there. Will you be there? Will you participate? If you'll be there, please, we're going to share the link on social media. So also try to, the YouTube may not allow us to share link, like directly to click on link. But on YouTube, it will be on LinkedIn, it will be on Facebook, it will be on WhatsApp, and it will also be on our Telegram group link. And we'll also share it to other groups so that they can also participate. On the 12th of March, the multi-income teacher. We're having a special guest. A special guest will be participating in the section for us. So see you there. Will you be there? Please make it a date, 7 p.m. Thursday, 14th of March, 2026. See you. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.